Hey guys, I'm Macy Siggety, owner of Siggetry Photography, and this is my husband Dustin.
Hello.
And we're here today to tell you about the amazing difference that the Leesburg Center for the Arts has made in our lives. So, when I first moved down here, when we moved down here 2 years ago, I was totally lost. My husband works online, but I felt like I didn't really have anything. And I had always dreamed of doing something with my art, but that always seemed really far off and kind of impossible. But then one day, we stepped into the Leesburg Center for the Arts to check out a coffee and convo on digital book publishing. And immediately, we were surrounded by this amazing, inspiring group of people that just really sucked me in. And I had to come back again and again after that, because every time that I would come into the Leesburg Center of the Arts, I would leave feeling more inspired and more creative and braver than I did before. And that just kept evolving until soon they had me participating at the night markets and whatever else little event that I could. And the most notable moment that happened in my entire photography career was last year at the 42nd Fine Arts Fest. And a girl walked into my booth, looked around, and said, "Oh my gosh, you're Macy Siggety. You are my biggest inspiration, and I just signed up to do AP photography because of you." And another noticeable change that occurred after that was that I stopped saying that I really enjoyed photography. I started introducing myself as a fine art photographer. I started defining myself as a fine art photographer, and for once I took my art seriously, and I opened up a website, I opened up an Etsy store, I registered and opened up my own business, and I started making this photo jewelry and got that into some of the local stores like Dirty Dog Organics, Outrageous, Under the Cherry Blossoms in Mount Dora, and just continuously have been pushed a little bit outside of my comfort zone, but inspired to really step up and start valuing myself as an artist and trying to help inspire those around me. And for that, that's something I'll always be grateful for, because without the Leesburg Center for the Arts, none of this would be possible. And I know that I'm not the only one that it has had that effect on. I'll let Dustin tell you a little bit about his story.
Well, for one, just watching Macy grow and having the opportunity to do that on a much more accelerated rate than I could possibly have imagined, thanks to the Leesburg Center for the Arts, has been worthwhile on its own. But part of the reason we moved down here, or one of our goals, was escaping the sort of busyness trap that it's easy to fall into, and spending more time doing the things that we actually love and what give life its meaning. And I think the Leesburg Center for the Arts really helped us achieve that goal as well. I started writing the blog for the camera store that we used to work for, which was a step in the right direction, since I've always considered myself a writer, but I tend to have a problem putting things that don't have an external obligation higher on my priority list, and I've never really produced as much as I would like to, as a creative person who just never has time to be creative. And being part of this community with the Leesburg Center for the Arts, not just the administration, but the people that have been attracted to it and formed sort of a common and constantly growing cast of exciting characters, has pushed me further as well. So last year, it's a small thing, but a start. I actually printed out my own chapbook with my writing and photographs.
And he read that the other night at Art Share, which was something really outside his comfort zone.
It definitely pushed me, and I definitely feel bigger and better as a person. We also find ourselves suddenly block printing artists after we saw a demonstration by Jennifer Harper at the LCFA. Immediately signed up for a class, something that we'd never have seen otherwise. We really get a lot of enjoyment out of. Every time you walk in those doors on Magnolia Street there, it's like a whole different world. The Leesburg Center for the Arts really is the heart and soul of the community, and I feel like Leesburg would just be another little town with a cute main street, admittedly, very cute, but it wouldn't be the same without the Center for the Arts and the nexus of people that has drawn together. So for that, we thank you and the city of Leesburg for supporting it, for the Center for the Arts for being it. It's made a big difference in our lives.
Yes. Thank you, Leesburg Center for the Arts, and the community that allows the art to blossom here. Thank you, Leesburg. See you next time.